see the implementation of Cohen-Sutherland line drawing algorithm. Our basic setup of the scene is like this. This is the init program. So I have taken a 2D ortho of 0500 to 0500. So basically my clipping window is in a huge two-dimensional 2D space. I have taken 0500 portion of my window for this display. So we are not actually performing clipping. The OpenGL performs clipping for us, but what we are going to see in this program is how does this logic look like if at all I had to do the clipping using Cohen-Sutherland line drawing algorithm, line clipping algorithm. If I run this program, this is what my output would look like. This is my input window. Just give me a moment. This is my input window. Imagine this is just an input window and the input to the line is like this. So after performing Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm, this would be the output for me. So this is what we are going to see in this program. So if you draw an object in this program outside 0500 border, then OpenGL automatically clips it. That is what the actual implementation of clipping is done by OpenGL. What we are seeing is just a kind of a simulation of the same. That's it. So this is about the init function. Now the main function, I have initialized my window and OpenGL setup. After that, I am initializing the display mode. I am using single buffer. I have a static image to be displayed. There is no change in the display frequent changes in my output. So I am using one buffer. One buffer is enough for me. And I am using RGB color buffer. My window size is 800 cross 800 and is at position 0, 0. And this is my create window with the title Cohen-Sutherland line clipping. Then I am calling my display function. Then I am calling the init function, which init function sets up the scene, and then the main loop. Now, in the display function, what I am doing is the display function. I am just selecting the background color as white, then clearing the buffer, and then selecting the color blue and drawing a rectangle from xmin, ymin, xmax, ymin, xmax, ymax, xmin, ymax. So how did we get this? To look at it. Say my window was like this. This is my xmin and ymin. Xmin and ymin. This is my xmax and ymax. Then this point will be xmax comma ymin. So that's what we have done here. Xmin, ymin we have plotted in the line loop. So xmin, ymin is this point. Then we have taken xmax and ymin. Xmax and ymin is this point. Then we have taken xmax and ymax. That is this point. Then this point would be xmin and ymax. Xmin and ymax is what we have plotted using the line loop. Now, I have taken the line as in the red color. I am writing a line from 40, 30 to 100, 120. And then I am passing the same endpoints 40, 30, 100, 120 to the function which actually implements my Cohen-Sutherland line drawing algorithm. If I comment this out, I should be able to see the input window, the clipping window, and the line that is input. So yeah, you guys can see this. Now if I pass this function, call this function and pass this endpoints of the line as an input to this function, then that function produces me this clipping. So that's the idea that we are doing here. Before even looking at the implementation of this line drawing algorithm, sorry, line clipping algorithm, we will go and see what is our what actually our Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm does. Just a quick recap on the theory that we had learned. Before that, let me explain you. Xmin and Ymin, Xmax and Ymax is set to 50, 50, 100, 100. This is same as the example that we have learned in the theory class. Now, if you see that 50, 50, 100, 100 is in the range of 0, 500 to 0, 500. That's the reason we are able to see the window on our screen. I'll quickly brief you. So the first thing that we do is we consider the 2D space into 9 regions, and then we allocate region codes to 4 regions. So basically we'll take 4 variables called as left, right, and top and bottom, and we allocate these region codes. So we allocate integer values to this. Since we will be performing bitwise operations, the bit values is what will be considered for in bitwise operations. So region codes will allocate. After that, we will find the endpoints outcode. If I have a line like this, I find the outcode of this and this. After that, I'll consider one of these 2 lines. So let's consider these 2 endpoints. Let's say I consider this endpoint. Then I'll take both the endpoints and I'll apply OR operation between them. If OR operation gives me false, then I stop my algorithm and conclude that it is completely inside, meaning to say I accept the line. If not, then I'll go and perform AND operation between the endpoints. And if this AND operation gives me true, then I stop my algorithm. I reject my line. That means I don't write the line in the output. So if both these cases fail, then I need to go and compute my intersection points. For that, I consider one point. First, let us say I'll consider this. Then I'll go and see in which region that point is in. Before even calculating the intersection, we need to figure out which region we have to set up an order of evaluation and then see in which region it is there, so that we can clip that point against that region's edge. So if this line is in bottom region, then we have to clip this point P1 with the bottom edge. So that we do. Once we get the intersection point, the next thing would be to update my line. It says, for example, I'll get P1, I'll take P1, and if I clip it, I get P1 dash. After clipping it, after getting P1 dash, I take my line as this. So once I take my line as this, again I'll compute the outcode of this point, and I would know the outcode of this point and perform step 1 again. That is this. See, OR of these 2 points will give me false, or AND of these 2 points will give me true. If it doesn't, then I'll calculate intersection by considering one of these 2 points again. If one of the lines region code after clipping we get a 0, then it's time for us to move to next point. That is, after I clip this, since this region code I got a 0, The next region, next point I would be considering for clipping would be this one. So we keep doing that. We saw an example. This was our P0, this was our P1. We had the region codes divided, right? So to assign the outcode to this, what we do is we take P0's X0 value and see if it is greater than X max. If yes, then we consider it as in bottom. If not, we move forward. We compare this X0 and Y0 value with all four boundary values of the window, and whichever region it is in, that for that edge the comparison would give us true. So we will actually assign the region code of this region to the as the outcode of the point. Once we get the outcode of these 2 points, we perform OR operation and then AND operation. If they both fail to give us the complete the stopping the algorithm. So these two are basically algorithm stoppers for us. So either line has to be completely inside or the line has to be completely outside for us to stop the algorithm. So these two are the conditions which we have to keep repeatedly keep evaluating if we should really stop or not. So once if this gives us false or if this gives us true, we stop our algorithm. Now see, I would consider P0. I took my P0, and since P0's outcode is giving me AND with bottom, the bottom variable was this. If I perform P0's outcode and the bottom, that gives me true. So I'll have to clip this point with the bottom region. So I'll clip this point with the bottom region and I would get the intersection point. The next thing that I have to do is I have to update my line to this. So basically I have to update my P0 to this P0 dash and repeat the step. So I'll have to calculate the outcode of this. If this is not 0, then I would continue to clip it further until I accept or reject it. Since this outcode is already 0, I would go for the next point. The next point I will take, I have calculated the outcode of this to 0. Then I know the outcode of this already, which is this. I apply OR, and if both fail, I clip it. Now since this was already 0, I have considered P1's outcode, and I'll AND it. Since the AND of with the top region gave me true, I'll clip it with the top region. So this will give me the intersection points. This intersection point turned out to be 65, 10. Now the updated point for us is this. The line for us is this. Now the next step is, this is the new point that we got. So we have to calculate the outcode of this. We already know the outcode of P0 dash, which is 0, 0, 0, 0. Now the outcode of P1 dash we will calculate. That also turns out to be 0, 0, 0, 0. Next thing is again to see if we can stop the algorithm. Since the OR operation of this will give us false, we stop this algorithm, and since we accept this line, we are supposed to plot this line in the output. Say suppose the AND operation would have given us, the OR operation would give us true, but AND operation will give us true, then we will reject this line, meaning to say we will not consider it to write it in the output at all. So that's the example of Cohen. So this is what I have done. Since these region codes are constants, I have taken 4 variables called as right, left, top and bottom. So for me now, here bottom region is taken as 1. The bottom region is taken as 1. So the bottom region's outcode is 0, 0, 0, 1. The left region is taken as 2. So left outcode is 0, 0, 1, 0 in this. Next top we have taken as 4. 0 1 0 0. Then right we have taken as 8. So 0 0 1 0 0 0. This is the outcode that we are using in this program. This is the region codes that we have assigned to the 4 regions. Okay. So with this region codes, we'll be moving forward. So this Cohen function gets the input as the endpoints of the line x0, y0 and x1, y1. I have taken 3 variables. Outcode 0 is the outcode of x0, y0. Outcode 1 is the outcode of x1, y1. Outcode out is just a temporary variable which will hold the outcode of the current point or current endpoint that I would be processing. So outcode out will be the current outcode, the current endpoints outcode that I am processing. Okay, so this is just a temporary variable for us. Then I have taken 2 Boolean variables, accept, which both are set to false. Accept meaning to say I have to accept the line, meaning to say in the output I have to write it. So I represent the line in the output only when it is inside. So my accept becomes true when if my line is completely inside after clipping. So done is basically the stopper for us. Done is equal to true, meaning to say we have to stop our algorithm then and there. So both cases that we have discussed, performing initial OR operation between the outcodes and performing AND operation after the OR operation between the outcodes, both cases, if any one of that gives us the required results, we have to stop our algorithm. So we can do that using by setting done is equal to false. So when done is true, done is equal to true. When done is false, we have to keep performing our clipping operation in the loop, right? So we have to compute our step 1. Step 1 is to calculate the outcode of P0 and P1. So I am calculating, I have written a function called compute outcode and I pass the endpoint. So that function will return me the outcode of the point x0 and y0 and will store it in outcode 0. Similarly, outcode 1 will store the outcode of x1 and y1. So that's this outcode 0 after executing this function will get the outcode of x0, y0 and this will outcode 1 will have the outcode of x1, y1. So we will see what this compute outcode will do, how will it compute the outcode, and then we will come back to continue here. So if compute outcode, we will take this example, outcode 0. I have my line here like this. Imagine, so this is what we had gone for: 0 0 0 1 0 0 1 0 0 1 0 and 0 and 1 0 0 and 0. So we will calculate, let us say our line is this, x0 and y0 is what I have passed. Okay, x0 and y0 values is copied into x and y in this compute outcode function. Now there is a variable called code. This code is basically initialized to 0. Initial value of code is 0. Then we are seeing if the y of this is greater than y max. So we will see if this y is actually greater than y max. If yes, then I would have performed code OR top. On 0, if I perform an operation OR, then what I get is the second variable, whatever I or with 0 is what will be the result of it. So this will assign top outcode to code. If y is less than y min, I will or code with bottom. If x is greater than x max, I'll do it with right. If it is less than x min, I'll do it with left, and then I will return the code. Now my question to you guys is, this I could have directly initialized code is equal to top, right? What is the reason, or what is the purpose for me to do the or here? Any idea? Say my line is actually something like this. Which reason is this? Exactly. Yes, Anshu. It can be in two regions. That's why we go for or. So this is in bottom and left region, right? So this region code of this point is actually or of this region and this region, right? So that's the whole idea why we are going to or. So this is 0, 0, 1, 1. Okay. So that's the reason we do or. So how the flow would be for this point is, we have my C is initialized to 0. Let us say I pass the x naught of this point to this compute outcode, x naught, y naught of this, or x and y coordinates of this. Now we will see if this y is greater than y max. If y is greater than y max, this point was supposed to be in top region. Since it is not, we will ignore this. Now we will come and see if it is in bottom region. Since it is in bottom region, I or code with bottom. So meaning to say, I assign C is equal to C or bottom. So bottom region is 0, 0, 0 and 1. Now the result of this is 0, 0, 0, 1 is assigned to C. Right now my C value is, code value is 0, 0, 0, 1. So please bear with me with this handwriting. I am writing using mouse. So 0, 0, 0, 1 is assigned. Now I will go and see if my x of this point is in right region. It is not. So next I will see if it is in left region. Now since it is in left region, I or my code with left. So C is already assigned with 0, 0, 0, 1, right? Now if I or it with left, the left code is 0, 0, 1, 0. So the result I get is 0, 0, 1, 1, which is assigned to code. So by the end of checking all 4 regions, my code will have the or of these 2 regions, if at all it is in the corner regions, right? If it is in a single region, then one of these 4 conditions will be true, like we saw in the example, and that region code itself will be returned. If it is in corner regions, then the region code will be the result of OR operation between the side regions, and that region code will be returned as the code. Now this code is returned over here. So code 0 is carrying right now the outcode of x naught, y naught, and outcode 1 is carrying the outcode of x1, y1. Next thing is, we have to be in a loop. So I take a loop, do loop, and I will run this do until my done becomes false, not of done. So done is already false. So I will set done to true to stop my algorithm. So if I set my done to true, this becomes false, and I'll come out of my loop. Since right now I have initialized my done to false, so I am not yet done. So this condition evaluates to true, and I will still be clipping in the loop. So that's the loop here. Now, after having the outcodes, what is the next step that I have to do? After calculating the outcodes, the next step is in the loop I have to do OR and I have to do AND. Right. So with that context, now see, I am performing OR between the outcodes. Now, if this is false, I am supposed to stop, right? If this is false, I am supposed to stop. If both the outcodes are gives me false, that means my line is already inside the clipping window. So I have to stop. That means I have to make my if condition to be true. That's why I have negated it, because this result will be false, right? So if it's false, this expression evaluates to true. So it goes inside the if, and inside if I have set the flag accept is equal to true, meaning to say I have to write it in my output. Then I have set my done is equal to true, meaning to say I am done with my algorithm. I don't have to further do anything, right? If this if is not true, then I have to see for AND. If this AND is true, that means AND operation is true. That means my line is outside the window and residing completely on one region of the window, outside the window. That's why I'll just have to ignore that line. I should not accept it, or I should reject it. I should not write it in my outcode, and I should stop my algorithm. To stop my algorithm, I have just set my done is equal to true. I don't have to set my accept is equal to false, because already a default value of accept is set to false. So these two will stop the algorithm for us, and accept tells us whether to give the output or not give the output. Now, if both these condition fails, then I have to calculate my intersection. For that, if else, else meaning to say if both of these condition fails, only then I am going to do this. What am I going to do this? I am taking intermediate variable to hold my intersection points. Now, out of these outcode 0 or outcode 1, I am supposed to consider one outcode. So for that, I am using this ternary operator. This ternary operator checks this condition, outcode 0, this condition and this condition. Sorry, this condition, outcode 0 is the condition. Now, if this condition is false, meaning to say, when will this outcode be 0? It will be 0 when the point x naught and y naught is inside, right? If not, it will be in some other region. So it will be true. It will be some integer number apart from 0. That's why initially this line for us, this outcode for the endpoint x naught and y naught for us will be considered as true. Because it is true, I will assign outcode 0 to my outcode out. So outcode out, since it contains the value of outcode 0 now, the current edge, current endpoint that I am processing is outcode 0. So I have taken my outcode 0 and I'll AND it with top region, and I'll see if it is in the top region. If it is in the top region, I will calculate the intersection point with Ymax. And this is my so these two parameters are the slope parameters. So you can calculate slope before doing this and directly plug in the slope values, or you can solve it directly plugging in x0 and x1 values here. In the examples that we have seen in theory class, we have directly used the slope values. Over here, we are calculating it manually. we are plugging in the values of difference of x0 and x1 and y0 and y1 directly into this equation. X max is what we consider. We are considering x max here for intersection, because if this AND is true, that means this, whichever the point which is carried, which is representing this out code, E is in the top region. That's why I'll clip it with top region. If similarly I will see if it is in bottom region. If it's in bottom region, I'll clip it with y minimum. Then I'll see if it is with right region. If it is in right region, I'll clip it with x max. If the AND, so if it is not in all these 4 regions, since it's not also 0, if it was 0, we would have, this would have been evaluated to false, so we would have considered outcode 1. Since it's not 0, only because of that we are evaluating this these things for outcode 0. We know that outcode 0 is in outside region because it's not 0. The point is in outside region. So we can clearly take a call that since it's not in all these 3 regions, it's in the left region. That's why else we have taken. So if it's in the left region, we are clipping it with minimum, x minimum. Now these will give us these 4. This if else ladder will give us the intersection computation. Now after computing the intersection, what we have to do is we have to consider the updated line. That is, this line is what we have to consider. So in the program, what we are doing is, let us say this is my x0 and this is my y0, and I calculated my x and y, the intersection points here. So what I will do is I'll update my x and y, x0 and y0 to x and y. So x0 is equal to x and y0 is equal to y. By doing this, this becomes my, this point, I'll ignore this point completely. This becomes my x0 and y0. And we would be considering line from x0, y0 to x1, y1. So this will be the line that we'll be considering for clipping further, right? So for that, we will see if outcode 0, outcode out is carrying the value present in outcode 0. If yes, that means outcode 0 is x0, y0, right? So I'll update x0, y0. If this is not true, that means outcode 0 is carrying the value of outcode 1. So in that case, I'll update x1 and y1, the intersection points. And after updating this, I have to again calculate my outcode of the updated intersection point. So I am passing x0, y0 after updating this. Since my x0, y0 are carrying x and y values, that is the intersection points now, I am passing x0, y0 only here. The outcode of this will be written and will be further stored in outcode 0. Now let us say in the example that we have taken, this is exactly the kind of line that we have here. Apart from these values, probably the input might be different. Now what happened is, the scenario is like, we clip this point, we updated our x0, y0 to this. Since it's inside region, this updated x and y is in inside region. The x and y of it will be false for all of this. Since it's false for all of this, the default value that I have set for code, that is code 0, will be written. So meaning to say, after clipping, if the clipped point or the intersection point is goes inside the window, it gets 0 as the out code. So how do we assign code 0 if the point is inside? If the point is inside, all these 4 condition fails and the default initialized value is 0, so that itself we will be returning. So that point will get 0 as the out code. Now code 0 I'll update. So here if I have updated x1 y1, I'll update my code 1 and then I'll repeat it. What will I do after updating my code 0 or code 1? I will see if it is not done. If it's not done, I'll go back and compute my out codes. So this is the code that we have. We will trace for this example. Okay, so we will trace it for this example, guys. First and foremost thing, we will get the outcode of this point and this point. We got it as outcode 0. So this is OC0 and this is OC1. We will see if the R of these two will not be false. So since it's not false, we will move forward. We will see AND of those 2 points. It will not be true. So since it's not true, we have to clip it. Since outcode 0 is equal to the bottom region, so it is some integer value. This will be true. Because this is true, outcode out will consider outcode 0. So outcode out will be equal to outcode 0. So current processing that I am doing is with respect to this bottom point. Now this bottom point, I'll see if it is with AND with top. It is not. It is AND with bottom. Yes, it is. Since it is AND with bottom, I'll get this intersection point as X and Y. I'll see. It is not in right. It is not in left. Again, I'll go here. And since my outcode is equal to outcode 0, outcode out is equal to outcode 0, meaning to say, since my current processing point is x0 and y0, I update my x0 and y0 with x and y. So this point I'll take it as x0 and y0. Then I'll calculate outcode of this point and assign it to OC0. So OC0 right now will get as 0. OC0 will be 0. So here we have it as OC1. OC1 will be equal to the top region's outcode. Then since it done is still false, I will come back here. I will see if my OC0 and OC1 is false. Since this and this is not false, this is some true value, this is some false value. So the result of this will be true value. Since it's not false, I'll not end my algorithm. This is not true also, so I'll not end my algorithm. Again, I'll come here. I'll see if my outcode is true or false, outcode 0. Since outcode 0 value is 0, the truth value of this expression will be false. Because it is false, outcode 1 will be assigned to outcode 0. Now outcode 0 is considered as the point to be processed, outcode of the point to be processed. Now this point, since it's already in top region, I'll have to clip it with top. Because of that, I'll get this intersection point as X and Y now. I'll go on calculating it. All these conditions will be failed. Now I'll see here, outcode 0 is not outcode, outcode out. The current processing point is outcode is not equal to outcode 0. So I will come here. So the current processing point is x1, y1 actually. That's why I'll assign x and y to x1, y1. So this becomes my x1, y1. And then I'll calculate my outcode and I'll store it in outcode 1. So OC1, again, since it's already in the clipping window, this becomes 0. Again, I'll come back here. If it's not done, since it's not done, I'll come here. Both outcodes are 0. Because of that, this will give false. Since it will give false, this expression has evaluated to true. I'll accept the line that is true and I will finish it. So I will end the algorithm. So because done is equal to true, this else part, else if part, everything gets skipped, and this condition is evaluated for success and will be out of the loop. Now, if we are not out, if we are out of the loop, then the next thing that we have to do is to write the output. To write the output, yeah, to write the output, I only have to write the output if I have accepted the line, right? So if accept is false, then the line is rejected. I don't have to write the output. Only I have to write it if accept is true. That's why if accept only, then I am writing it. Now what am I writing? Again I am writing my window, and then again I am writing x0 and y0 and x1 and y1. And since I have already updated my x0 and x1, x0 and y0 and x1 and y1 to the intersection points, this line will be drawn for intersection point. Now this is what I do if I accept. I draw the clipping window again, and I have drawn my line again. If I display it, I'm not getting the output. So the reason why I am not getting it is actually it has returned this window and it has also returned the clipped line. But what happened is these coordinate points are still in my world at the same place where my input window is written. So basically my output is overlapped. For that reason, what I will do is before I write, I will translate it by some 200 cross 200 units. So if I translate it, if you see now, that object alone, the second window that I have written with the clipped line, has moved from its original input line that we had given, input picture. Now to make that output bigger, I'll just apply a scaling factor. I have scaled the object by x and y axis by twice, and z axis I am not at all changing. So my output appeared to be bigger. So this, guys, is about Cohen-Sutherland line clipping algorithm. Now instead of this line, if I give another line as an input, then I'll pass that to Cohen function. So yeah, this is a different line. So this is the line input. If you see here, this point is in actually the bottom region as well as the right region still, and this point is in top as well as the left region. Still we were able to clip it. The algorithm could clip it and give us the result. Now you guys can give a line which is relying completely outside as an input. If you give that input, then you would not get this window at all. This complete picture will not be there. That means that line is not clipped and you have rejected the output. Since accept would not be true, you would not write the window also. Thank you.